Hello everyone! I am just going to get us all set up with the comments on the Facebook and then we'll get started. There we are. I can see it now. With the comments. Whoa, turn that down. Okay, hello Lynn. I see you there. Okay, I'm just putting on my long sleeve too because it is cold in our basement. So I know it seems weird to put on the long sleeve, but I am doing it. Okay, so we are going to have some fun here. I hope my camera is not too high. You guys gotta let me know. I think this is where it normally is. Okay, we are going to do a little bit of a sketch card. So today on the Canadian Facebook group for Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, they did a mystery stamping, and I missed the session because I was at lacrosse, but I then went on and got all the dimensions. So I thought we would do it together. Now I have already roughed it out with these cute papers, and I was just gonna actually show you putting it together, but I thought let's actually make another one, and we're going to, I think we might do it in the other orientation, and we're going to use the bloom where you're planted DSP, okay? So it's going to be good times. Oh, hello, Casey. Okay, and we are also going to use, so I just got this yesterday. I had earned some rewards with Stampin' Up, so I used it to get this greenery die, stitched greenery die. So it really reminds me of like an embossing folder. So we're gonna use it and see sort of what it looks like. So I'm pretty excited about that as well. Okay, so what we need to do with this card is you need a piece of cardstock, and I think we will stick actually with the orientation we want. So we're gonna cut a new one. So you need a piece of cardstock cut 5.5 by 4 1/4. So if you guys want to craft along, you need a card base, some cardstock, and then some coordinating DSP. So anyone can do this, and I'm not gonna go so fast that you can't catch up here. So I'm gonna cut this to 5.5, and I am doing this in the evening evergreen, okay? And I looked ahead of time at what color coordinates with this designer series paper, and it is evening evergreen, garden green, and just jade are the 3 greens. So I'm going to do the evening evergreen and then going to do the just jade. So what you need with your other piece of cardstock is you need to cut it at 2 1/4. And then within that 2 1/4, you need a piece that is 3 1/4. 5 1/4 and 4 1/4. So this one I think is exactly 5 1/4. So we have a 3 1/4 and a 5 1/4. And now we're gonna do another 2 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, so we have 3 pieces of cardstock that are going to, we're gonna layer DSP on, and we have our card base. All right, there's everyone on the same page. I don't know if you guys are crafting along or not, but if you want to, that is what you need. And then the instructions for the mystery stamping were actually for a single piece of DSP. So a strip that's 2 inches by 12 inches. I want to do a couple of different patterns. That's kind of, so this one is already 2 inches, so we're gonna use that one for sure. We are likely gonna use that one because I think it's so pretty. And then I'm going to find another one. Kind of has to have the jade in it though, so we're a little limited that way because I chose jade as our background. I could use one of these ones with the pots. It's just not really the vibe I'm going for. So what I think we might do is do 2 of these. So 1 small, 1 big, and then we'll do 1 of these. Although, you know what? Maybe this is 2 inches too. Oh, look at that. Golden. We're golden. Okay. So let's see how long this actually is, and then we'll figure out what we can cut it into. It is already, so it is 8 inches. So I can make it be the 5 and the 3, and then this one could be the 4. Okay. So we're going to cut this to 5. I'm just going to make sure that's exactly. Love this DSP. Yeah, it's pretty, isn't it? Okay. Hello, Darlene. Okay, so we have a 5 and a 3. And then with this one, we're going to cut a 4. So I'm going to cut it this way so that we cut off most of the white, because I want to keep the theme of the green. Okay, and then there is that one. So we can put that to the side. So we can line these up. So it's really pretty straightforward once we put everything together. So those are just going to get adhered. I'm going to fold this in half, and then what we are going to do, hi Carol, I think we're going to add in a piece of white as well, or maybe not white. So it's going to kind of go something like this, or I know some people kind of went something like this. In this case, we might actually choose to just ditch that piece. I'm not sure that I want it. We might kind of go more something like this and then a greeting. We'll see. Or we could put this like that underneath. Okay, we're gonna play around with that. But then we want to use that embossing folder, or not embossing folder, this die cut. So I'm not actually, I'm kind of wondering if we want to put this on white and have some white behind here, is what I'm kind of thinking. Otherwise there's a lot of green going on here, you know what I mean? Hello, Janet. I'm so excited. You guys have all come on. I haven't been on here in a while. I apologize. And I haven't even been posting any cards because I have been like so ridiculously busy. For those of you who don't know, I work in healthcare. I'm a radiation therapist. So, but I'm also a clinical educator. So I'm in my office a good portion of the time. But this week, I was treating patients for my whole week. So 3 full days of treating patients, and then I like to exercise, so I was getting up at 5 so I could exercise before work. So by the time I'd spent my whole day treating and moving patients, getting up early, I was going to bed early. So there was no crafting being done. Plus I've chosen, foolishly possibly, to manage my son's lacrosse team, and that has just exploded with us reopening a little bit from COVID, and yeah, so chaos. Okay, so I'm gonna make a mat here, and we are gonna just, this is gonna be beautiful, guys. Okay, so let's cut this one. So I think that looks pretty. I hope you guys think that looks pretty too. So you can see this card is really like, it's a DSP centered card. We're gonna put a greeting on it. we're gonna add a little bit of texture in another layer. So I am gonna make this layer 5 1/4 by, this piece is already 4 1/4. So I want 5 1/4, and then we're gonna trim it to 4. Okay, and then we are going to put this through the Big Shot. So I guess, so how would you normally, I guess that goes this way? How do we normally put dies through? We put the paper and then we put the die on top, right? Casey, have you used this yet? How do we do it? Does it go underneath, or does it go on top? Or does it matter? Or anyone else who's watching who has this die, what have you done? It won't matter because you can do it either way. Because if you have a die that's not really cutting, so do you do it this way, Casey? The die on top. Okay, still the die on top. Okay, so we're gonna throw this through. This is very exciting, you guys. Okay, so I'm just gonna do it off to the side, or well, maybe I'll bring it over. Okay. Bring in the old Big Shot, move that up in the corner. Okay. Oh, you know what? I don't have my die adapter. So these are some of the things you don't need with the new machine. But my Big Shot is still hanging in there, so I can't validate buying a new machine quite yet. There we go. All right. Let's see, I'm so excited. I've seen this, it looks so pretty. Ah, so look at how gorgeous that is. So it's actually cut through. All those dashed lines are now like similar to our stitched embossing. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm trying to hold it up closer. It's gorgeous. Yes, really gorgeous. So this die, it's $44. But if you like to make greenery type cards, if those are the types of stamp sets you have, lots of flowers, trees, that kind of thing, then it's very pretty. Okay, let's make some magic. Where is my, oh, here we are. Okay. So I'm gonna move those pieces off to the side. We're gonna put this here. Look at how pretty that is. Oh my God, it's gorgeous. It is totally worth it, I agree, because that's just, boom, a beautiful background. Kicking things underneath my desk. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're going to adhere this to our card front. Oh, we could even use some of the new jade ribbon. I don't know, that might be too much. Okay, I'm gonna try to center this. So I'm gonna move off to the side a little so I can kind of lean in, but I know you guys don't want to see the top of my hair. It's full of gray right now. All right. Okay, so we've got that centered. And then we're gonna do the same with these guys. So then we're gonna put these guys on here like this. Oh, so pretty. I don't think we're gonna use the ribbon, but I'm gonna show it to you. So this is this beautiful jade ribbon that is in the catalog right now. So jade with gold, flecked, really pretty. I feel like we already have so much going on here though. I don't know that we need anymore, but I'll keep it to the side in case I change my mind. And then these guys, we're just going to adhere. Because they're DSP, I usually use the white glue because I don't find you can ever tell where the white glue is. Also, when I'm trying to center things, my new trick is to use the grid paper and then actually use those lines to help me get centered. Doesn't always work. You can see I was using this paper for a different project because I'd stamped on the back of it. Then I chose to switch that project up. So no longer needed. I feel like I didn't do these jade pieces I didn't do as thick, but you know what? It's okay. I'm not going to redo it. So I think I told you it should be 2 1/4. So your DSP is 2, and then a 2 by 3, 2 by 4, 2 by 5. And then these pieces are 2 1/4 by 3 1/4, 4 1/4, and 5 1/4. But I think I did not cut them at 2 1/4. I must have cut them as 2 1/8. Oops. But that is okay. I'm not going to redo it. It's fine. It's just going to add a little bit of, you know, je ne sais quoi. Let's see. What did I do? No? Yeah. Okay. All right. So there are 3 pieces. This one I might actually trim because it's the same length, because I've added an extra layer, which was not part of the sketch. That's just my own thing. So let's just trim that down a tiny bit. There we go. All right, so that's gonna go on there. And then we had this one over here, right? And then we had this one here. Oh my gosh, you guys, so pretty. And now we need some sort of greeting on some sort of die cut. So I am thinking at the moment, I'm thinking we maybe use one of these potted succulent dies. So we could use even one of those things, right? We could do this, you make the ordinary extraordinary. Let's do that. Because we know it fits in that die. Super pretty. All right, we need a block. We're gonna need a die. And we're gonna need some white paper. Excuse me. Hope everybody was able to get some time outside today. All right, I'm gonna roughly put the die on here and do a quick cut, because of course we can't stick this whole piece of paper on the Big Shot. All right, we're gonna stamp in Evening Evergreen, which I was using with my paper pumpkin. So we have to get it out of the paper pumpkin box. Look at this box, you guys. Oh, so fun. Okay. So we are going to stamp. Because this is not photopolymer, we don't need the pierce mat. I'm just going to roughly center it. Close that up. Stamp that off so we don't make a mess. All right, we're going to run this through the die cut. And I'm actually going to show you guys a trick that I learned when I was participating in my the Peach stamp camp that I did. So if you have the mini embossing die cut machine, when you are die cutting, you are meant to use this white plate and these 2 guys. But sometimes it doesn't catch. I was finding that, and I didn't know if it was just me. And it turns out it's not just me. And So the trick then is to use the gray one instead. And then it catches every time. So we always want to stagger the ends. We're gonna put this guy on here. I'm gonna make sure he's centered. Now keeping in mind, we don't have a magnetic plate for this. So you do have to you have to take a little bit of time. You have to make sure you've got it straight. So take a little time, make sure it's good. Oh, you're getting my hair in there. Okay, and then put your other plate on top. So I apply firm pressure so that it's not going to move. See how they're staggered? All right, I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna start, it catches right away. And then you just move your hand up to the top. And voila, it's magic, magic. So if you have the mini and you didn't know that trick, you're welcome. And if you don't have the mini and you decide to get it, you're welcome. Okay, and then we're just gonna pop that guy in there. We're gonna pop him up, and we might actually should we throw a layer of Just Jade behind it? Let's cut one and then we can decide. So we're gonna cut one of these as well. So I'm just gonna quickly take that off to the side. You're not gonna see it because I'm going to now that I've put the other one away, I'm just gonna use my big shot. All right, so I'm just gonna quickly die cut that. All right, there's that piece. Put those things aside. Okay, so I would normally cut this with scissors because I'm pretty confident I can cut it in half. But just in case I can't, let's do it here. So I'm going to put the middle right in the middle here. Make sure it's straight. I probably would have done a better job if I'd used my scissors. Okay, and then we'll see what this looks like. And then we're gonna just put this card together and then we are done. And you guys are gonna go and enjoy your Saturday. I'm gonna go have movie night. I think maybe we're watching Harry Potter. We have some popcorn. It is delightful. So, do you think we should frame the white greeting with the Just Jade? Should we leave it, just the white piece? Or should we frame it with Evening Evergreen? What do you guys think? I will put the rest of the card together while you're thinking about it. Sorry for clearing my throat. Too much talking. Okay, so this is gonna go over here. Okay, what are you guys thinking? Are we gonna put anything behind the greeting? Jade, evergreen, nothing at all. Lynn says we should put the Just Jade behind it. Just layering these. Anyone else? I know you can't buy this adhesive eraser anymore. Frame it with the Just Jade. Okay. It's 2 votes for the Just Jade, my friends. So we will do that. Okay. My trick for framing, I don't know if everyone else does it this way. I just put a bit of adhesive. And then I lay that down. And then I just line it up. And you can decide how much to have showing. And then I'm just going to put adhesive on the other end. And you just want to try to make sure now when you're lining this up that you do the same amount, otherwise it's going to look a bit funny. Okay, there we go. We are going to use some dimensionals, of course, at this point. I thought I had some open. I don't seem to. So fine, we'll open some new ones. I seem to only have minis. Everywhere, minis. Oh, those are more minis. Oh, I see them now. I've been trying to use my black dimensionals more, but so anytime now that I use dark cardstock, I use black ones. Okay, so we are going to kind of something sort of like that. All right, and we're just gonna throw that on there like that. What do you guys think? I love green. Green is my absolute favorite color. So to me, this card is like the best. But I suppose someone might look at it and think, wow, that's a lot of green. Now, we're trying to decide. We could, okay, so now we're gonna ask the audience again, you guys. Ask the audience. So do we center the greeting? Okay, I'm just gonna like lightly place it down. Do we center it? Do we put it down in the bottom? A bit more like that. What do you guys think? So bottom or center? I think I kind of like the bottom. What do you guys think? I think I like it down here. I haven't pressed it down yet. So if you guys don't think the bottom is where we should have it and you think it should be up in the middle, bottom, okay. What do you think, you guys? I love it. So this is a fabulous sketch, right? So I'll put the dimensions, when I rewrite the description of the video, I'll put what the dimensions were of the DSP and the layering cardstock. Like I said, I added this extra piece that was not part of the sketch. It was just to have a card base, and then it was to have like just one piece here for your greeting. And then I think it called for whatever ribbon or embellishments or whatever you wanted. So I don't think we want any ribbon, and I honestly don't want any embellishments either. I mean, we have the in color gems, but I think we have a lot going on here, and I think any embellishment we could add would actually just be a little bit lost. So there it is, guys. So that is the one we've made. And then the ones that I will be putting together for movie night, I used the snail paper. And these are the new adorable tag dies. So they're so cute. There's 2 different shapes of tags. And then they come in multiple sizes. So like, so adorable. So if you like to do tags, it's called Trio of Tailored Tags, or Tailored Tags Trio. Maybe that's what it's called. Anyway, it is another great die. Okay, we are in and out. It's a half an hour. I will post that card. I'll change the description. The video I probably won't get to any of that until tomorrow. And it'll show up on my YouTube page as well by tomorrow. And then by then I will have done the other cards, so they will be posted. Have a fabulous evening. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully life will get a little less crazy in the next bit here, and you'll see me on here a bit more. Also, if you are one of my customers and you're interested in me doing some sort of Zoom class in July, please let me know. Okay? All right. Thanks. Have a great night.